All right, y'all. I got a reading already laid out. Um, and the significance of this reading, real quick, was that you have to. It's just talking about the importance of you voluntarily closing cycles. Okay, these cycles are very specific when it comes to anything involving sex. You can look up. I'm hearing struggle love right now, but you can look up the base chakra and see when it's out of balance, what it causes, but not just on a sexual level, it's also survival. Okay. So, the importance of this reading is voluntarily closing things out when it comes to something that keeps you stuck in survival mode. Um, Now I'm hearing root work. Okay. Now, as far as magic, I'm always going to throw that in there. Magic and manipulation, but it's not for anybody to get paranoid because root work is just saying roots. You have roots. Like, your roots are your lineage, okay? That's survival mode, for example. That means that you're in a bloodline that may have, instead of saying curse, it has a strong lesson that it affects the bloodline. Alcoholism, selfishness, non committal issues, all of that stuff. So, your roots, your heritage, your lineage, okay? So, when this goes to it's an isolation card here. So, sorry, y'all. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, y'all. So this is where I left out. These are left off. So this right here, when you voluntarily close a cycle, you should naturally go into isolation. It's not like it's you're gonna be forced to go there. What happens is you kind of get fed up in this situation and naturally you pacify yourself. If you in survival mode, which means any of these things can, any imbalances can put you in, whether it's overactive, the base chakra is overactive or underactive, it can put you into a state of needing to numb or pacify yourself initially. But then when you truly get fed up, most people want to be left alone. It don't matter if it's family, friends, lovers, whatever. You want to be left alone. Now, the good part about this, some people cannot handle isolation. They cannot handle sitting with their thoughts. That's God trying to protect you, saying, listen, let's deal with our own thoughts and our own shit, okay? And before we invite somebody in, okay, because it might be another problem. That's why I was saying, I forgot the point I was trying to make with this, but temptation will still be there. It's voluntary whether you want to just deal with it on your own, relate to yourself, listen to yourself in solitude, and deal with those issues that keep inviting the same thing over and over again because it's not here, but it's cyclical. It's cyclical, okay? Which means it runs in a loop. You keep seeing the same things over and over again. So some people pacify themselves and run right back out and get something to numb. Some people, um, they want to be left alone, but they're in that same attitude. They hold on to that anger and the grief and the envy, jealousy, all of that stuff. So they come out of this and go back into another cycle because none of those emotions was properly cleaned off. That's why it's voluntary. You gotta leave it and want to leave it and get better. It's like this is like what do you call it? A spiritual detox. All right, so this was the last card that came out, and it's like when you go into this isolation and this solitude, when you really get fed up, when you're not gonna go back out and pacify yourself, like you truly done with everything, that's when you kind of stand your ground, set your boundaries. For some people that have poor boundaries, this is a tricky one because some, you waiting for a person to approach you so you can let them have it verbally. But I know in a lot of our cases that just opened the door. That's what people want. You know what I mean? What they don't want is for you to be done with them forever because this right here helps you find your self-worth. This is where you find what you're supposed to be doing, the energy that you're supposed to be in, and it becomes fortified so much that Whenever somebody is tampering with your energy, throwing off your money, throwing off your time and your energy to the point where you wasting it, or you off a schedule, um, you feel confused, you don't know your sense of direction, stuff like that. You're real sensitive to it. You will not let anybody rattle you for as long, say, as family, okay? Because family and community is here heavy, okay? Bloodline is here heavy. It's here heavy because you see these same issues that people dealing with, but when you go into this isolation and this solitude, you see that nobody is actually doing anything about it. It's like everybody got like a pacifier, and it's just like, let me be done. Now, this is what came out first, and this is perception. So this card has to do, I looked at it for a minute, but it's talking about closing one door and opening another. This talks about community, true community. So when you leave a community behind, it's not that you initially looking for a community, but a lot of y'all will be transitioning from the communities that you come from and going into new ones. But how that looks, I would have to do individual reads, and it actually exhausts me. It's better to do collective reads because of the mergent instead of Aries through, and I'll do what is it called? Sometimes I'll do life path numbers because they're better suited for the time that we in. As far as personalization. But we're looking for an actual communities that are cohesive. And what happens is you have to close a prior perception that you have because you were conditioned in a community for a long time to see and think things, but from a future perspective. You can't do that from a future perspective until you leave this behind and start making your own, what do you call it? Doing your own evaluations. That's when you see that this community is flawed. This is how it has you. It's not a pity party, but you see how you've been affected, how you have the wrong perceptions. Because when you leave a community and you leave a way behind, you're going to be skeptical. You're going to take everything from the past and relate it to the future and see if that feedback is the same. Now, when you completely disband and all of that energy is completely cut off, you out of sight and out of mind, you in a new place, then you can say, is it my family? Is it this? Is it that? You're seeing it through future reality's eyes. So I'm trying to clean this up for y'all. Whereas though, let's say I go to a new place, okay? I get to that new place and everybody starts saying, you're beautiful. And I'm like, okay. Now to myself, I'm like, what is all the attention for? What's going on? And this is not something that you hear. It's not that your family don't say, let's just hypothetically say, it's not something that you hear from your family. Okay, so hearing it a lot is like really pulling on your attention, and it's like, what is all the attention for? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? So it's gonna make you skeptical. It's gonna make you start asking questions about. These are questions that you go within about. So let's use another scenario for other people. Let's say you leave this community behind, and this is a community that's not nurturing, and now you go out into the public, and more people want to shake your hand. More people want hugs. I've just had that happen. I'm just saying. I know if you're going to leave a community and you're going to be guarded, you're not going to be used to getting affection through handshakes, people waving at you and saying good morning, holding the door, a lot of politeness, kindness, and compassion. So you go here and now people holding doors and they kind and they compassionate, and some people want hugs and, animals and children. So it gives you two different energies for you to evaluate. Which one is true? That is a personal evaluation. Another thing is, this is Emerald. Emerald rules thought for those that need it. It rules Mercury, the mind, communication, because communication is so heavily flawed. So then I went further into the reading, and it was saying that somebody, in the reading, it was saying somebody is grateful. They're grateful because you answered a prayer for them, and they want to know the difference. So a lot of people that's in solitude that are going on this journey, they by themselves. They by themselves, they on their own, and they don't have any feedback. This is where your mind can play tricks on you and all types of stuff. And it's just like, how can I gauge where I'm going, or if I'm going the right way? Is this normal to think about that? All of these things that we got to sort out when you separating your energy from the past and the future. Okay, the future is unknown. It's something that you have to evaluate. Okay, the good thing is the attacks from the past, whether it's intrusive thoughts or actual spiritual attacks, they'll dissipate. They'll dissipate as you continue moving forward. So, knowing the difference. There's something also important in this card about what do you call it? A difference. Um, one is a farm and one is city life. Um, Peace. Both of these are just symbolizing peace. You know. Um, and this card, when I got to this talks about the cyclical, um, the loops that we stay in because of our bloodline. I was so happy when my parents passed. Like, I could not even express that to y'all. Like, if it's always felt like that to me when somebody passes, and people that have used that person for a crutch for a long time no longer has it available to them, because now they can deal with their own things. And that's just the type of family or community that I've grown up in. And it's like they've had plenty of time for that, because not only can the person be a crutch, sometimes they can be a crutch on purpose, is what I'm saying. So when you talk to the person that keeps giving people second and third chances, and it's crazy because now I'm thinking of a person that I recently talked to about this. I was saying, what is the point of saving a nest egg for somebody that you need them to understand the evolution that you're going through now, so they don't have to suffer the same thing after you're gone, because it's all for nothing. But this is it. We reaching a point where these bloodlines are breaking, where a lot of our people are passing on, and it's more of a blessing than, people are just reading it wrong, because people in our brothers and sisters that's not being self-sufficient, and I'm talking about actual siblings, but it's showing us on a larger community scale that people have to be self-sufficient, because this time of having what do you call it, a lifeline that's only going to be wasted and not be able to ripple out to other family members or other people in the collective, that's gone. So now, they're being forced to be self-sufficient. It's not something that you want to hang around and see, because it can be extremely painful. So that's where this was coming in. And I think I wanted to get more cards on this perception, because the perception is very, very important. What we got at the bottom, I'm going to shuffle it, but at the bottom it says 5 tree, 7 of cups, or 7 of hearts. It says health, growth, spiritual vitality, karma, and from the past. So I'm going to shuffle the cards, but it's talking about, this card speaks to me and talks about people that's trying to get out of something, especially this is a family tree. People trying to get out of this. It's an illusion. Some illusions are cast upon us, okay, as far as, let's say, the government. We're not going to sit here and somebody is saying this is talking about somebody that can't move. The only reason they can't move is because they haven't done whatever work they were supposed to, so they're getting left behind. Virgo is very significant. A message didn't make it to somebody on time. I feel like somebody is passing or fading away because of it. This is actually a blessing, because I pulled this reading on my own, but my family is going to follow the blueprint for the whole United States, especially the government. But it's something that all y'all can relate to. Whatever message was coming to a person, I don't want to say it was a good one, because it was a message that somebody needed to drop off and keep going, which most of the time would mean that somebody is included. But let me focus on this perception. And then I'm going to read this card specifically for y'all. Now I'm getting something too. It's a lot of y'all have mediumship with the dead, but y'all are specifically connected to a specific ancestor, a mother, a father, or somebody passed on. And you've been kind of keeping, what do you call it? You've been facilitating their energy through your own personal journey, okay? to clear something up. There's transformation and new messages coming in. They need somebody to carry the bloodline. So even if somebody did, let's say, get physical money or inheritance, it's more so about keeping that you're the record keeper of the family. That needs to be kept alive because the material, the money and the property, that is temporary. We going right back to people that was a lifeline and no longer a lifeline for people after they pass. So it's something here specific about a record keeper, which would be the Thoth and the Emerald. All right, it says heart. It says love, romance, giving, infatuation, affection, and core. So whatever this is a new endeavor. I need my book. But anyway, Emerald is the heart. But it's the heart when it comes to community. So leaving this community behind, your heart is protected. Whatever it is protected. I'm going to elaborate on this and I'll explain this to y'all. Okay, just what I'm getting off of these two. So when you were here, okay, in the past, when you were here, grief, sadness, those heavy emotions, this card is basically telling me right now, based on this, that you ascended the 5 senses. The 5 senses is what we have that protects our human body. Now emerging as a collective consciousness, you expand well beyond that. And it can be extremely uncomfortable when you are sitting in your own house, doing your own thing, and you're affected by your neighbors, the store that you walk into, the job that you're in, and you feel all of that energy from other people, and it's all over the place. It makes you feel scattered. It makes you sick almost instantly. So now, with whatever this transition, it's a major transition that we're going through, you're not going to feel it as much. But that's not going to allow you to stay in those environments. It's going to give you awareness that you need to close a door on something around you. You're going to need to close it faster than you think for your physical health. That's not to scare you. It's just saying you can evolve. You know, your heart is going to continue to be closed off in a place like this because it's really for your protection. Until you can see things better. That's it. So 24 is 6. That is family, community. Life path 6 might be significant for some of y'all. Virgo is significant. That is also 6 in the zodiac wheel. Virgo is mental health and hygiene. Okay, so a lot of people think it's about the cleanliness. It's the order. Okay, but the order really starts in the mind. It's a sign that says, I'm going to stay here until I understand this lesson. I need to know why I'm leaving. What is the cause of it? So I can never come back and have to repeat this lesson. Nobody wants to do things over. Okay. So if you do not have proper mental health and hygiene, you ain't got to be perfect. It's saying that you have the motivations that you need based on you're conscious to make a sandwich, brush your teeth, make sure it's enough love in your household, make sure that when you go out and you affect another person energetically, that you are not doing them a disservice. You're not obligated. It's something that you grow into and you learn, and you see that your day goes better when it goes that way because it don't affect you. It don't affect you in the long run. You have that understanding of, okay, this person, place, or thing, they not evolved for whatever reason. I'm not going to have no prejudice or judgment about it. But I know that I can't stay here because I'm aware of it. They're not aware of it. Don't make them bad people, but I'm not, I can't stay around it. It's going to be so many people that leave these toxic environments and relationships because they have this understanding. It's not for you to sit there and go over and over things. You just know that it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for you. That's the only thing that matters. So now, that's going to force an awareness in the people that's left in that environment. And maybe they'll leave by one. But you're not going to stick around and let it affect your health. because there's a definitely foundation. So for some of y'all, I mentioned this to somebody else. Now Taurus is coming through. Um, if you notice, a lot of y'all, when y'all leave families, people start getting sick and dying. It's not something that you want to see, but you are holding a lot of the energy there. People are confused. They need your advice, but they'll take your certain advice, but not all of it. You know, and they don't show you appreciation to let you know you ain't got to give me $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like just the vibration alone. Um, is going to take you into another place to fix another person, and then our kids going to be living wonderful. It's going to be a great place if everybody is doing their part. So foundations, as soon as you leave, the people that was feeling that harmony and bringing balance to their life off your energy is no longer there. So as soon as you leave, everybody talk about, oh, you gonna leave the job? Well, I'm leaving. As soon as you leave, I'm going. And then you call back to that job and you see everybody done left. The job done went down. It's because you became aware. Okay, just like I said, you became aware and you left an environment. So this is just for community in general. It don't matter where you at. You can be in a secret society and be the one holding the energy. It's a lot of deflectors right now leaving secret societies. So where was I at? Let me look at the bottom of this because I said this wouldn't be long. Okay, there we go. Look, it says 20 garden. I'm trying to get this. See? It says public, network, group, audience, fame, outdoors, and eight of what is that? Eight of spades. Eight of spades would be eight of swords in the tarot deck, and that just talks about being stuck. You're not stuck, but this 0 point energy. The minute that you cross over and you leave something, when you separate, it's always going to be this energy. This energy right here is, I can't believe I stayed that long. And I should have listened to the red flags. You beat yourself up a little bit, but not too much because it's going to get better. If you survive, listen, many of y'all survived in places and situations that would have brought people, it would have took them out. So that's like saying, oh, if you lived in Detroit, if you lived in Baltimore, you can make it anywhere. There's not a place that you can go on this earth. You probably can go to Antarctica and still survive because your awareness, you're forced to be aware and that it's dangerous. You got to keep your head on a swivel. The treachery is real. I think the hardest part is going from a hostile place, no matter where you live, because all cities are hostile, going from one hostile place to a peaceful place, a hostile mindset to a peaceful mindset. That is the most uncomfortable transition you will ever go through. Because you fighting yourself, trying to let your guard down and get into this new reality and this new mode and these new people. Yeah. Whew. It is something. It is something. So yeah, this says public and network. So a lot of us was trapped in these communities. And this card that popped out was saying your official person. I don't know why I keep getting female Mason. I have no idea what that means, female Mason. Somebody done tried somebody that was official person. That's all it's saying. It's saying somebody tried to access somebody. Or somebody was a key holder for official person. So I don't know what that means. I hear government, new government. Key holders to me are usually, it can be a trifecta, not just Masons, but Eastern Stars. It's, what do you call it? Secret societies, orders, things like that. But yeah, so a lot of us was trapped in our communities. We free now. Okay. All right, now perception. The perceptions have to change. I'm looking for my book. Here we go. First, you got to get to a safe place so your perception can change. Like I said, how can you have a correct perception if you're around the wrong energy? You got to get to a safe place where you can't blame it on past energy or somebody around you. All right, it says perception. Emerald stone. The heart knows what the eyes cannot see. The legend: a young princess wanders into her untended garden. As she claws through the decaying undergrowth, she finds a brilliant emerald stone. The stone speaks and tells the princess to open the old wooden door. She enters a dark corridor and the door slams shut. Afraid, she moves forward until her hand falls upon another door. It opens to reveal the same garden she left behind, only now it is beautiful, filled with flowers, butterflies, and birds. It is magnificent and familiar. The inspiration: often our journey brings us full circle, leaving us to wonder why things happen. Emerald Stone teaches us to follow through on whatever is before us. Going back is not an option. The personal inquiry: what in my life needs tending? How good will I allow myself to feel? It says the key ideas is transformation in the heart, change in perception, the unknown. It says promise of a richer experience. The key words are beauty, open heartedness, and appreciation. So now I'm going to read y'all the base chakra out of this book and whatever's on the bottom, because Virgo is so significant, which just means, going and looking at the sign of Virgo. Mental health and hygiene, because it's going to say a lot of things about cleaning up and mopping floors. Some of the most, cleanest cleanest people have the dirtiest minds, like in a very sadistic way. This is the wrong book. It's not. I'm not saying don't be neat. I'm just saying I've seen some things, y'all. 41. Okay, so this is the base chakra: primal force, fertility, abundance. They were saying a lot of people put sex magic on us in our families: molestation, rape, sexual harassment. It's all types of things here. The government does it more than the secret societies, but everybody. It's a hub. Okay, there you go. It says primal force, fertility, and abundance. Deep within the red dirt of our earth lies the roots of our guardian trees, the ancestors of this land. The base chakra mandala brings you grounding energy from the depths of the night sky. You were born via a divine spark from the distant constellations you call home. This mandala reminds you of the importance of grounding your etheric self deep within the earth you now call home. The tall ones are guiding you to remember that a tree without deep roots will not flourish, as it will be in survival mode. The same is true for everyone. The energy of surviving no longer serves you. As you anchor deeper and embrace your physical foundation, you will find joy in welcoming and thriving energy that comes from being grounded. The deeper the roots, the higher the climb, the greater the view. Surrender to the gift of your human self. This is another thing I want to say about going to these new communities. I cannot say how it will happen, but I can give y'all examples. When you move forward, there will be people that need things for you. And when you come out of this when you come out of this isolation healed, you're going to have simple things to offer. And the main thing is going to be your time and your energy. And when you give it to these people that have went through the same things you have, they're going to respond with a kindness and compassion that you're not used to. And you're going to be very thankful and grateful. And it's going to come right when you need it. It's meant to be that way. And it's going to help you to build your trust. And it's going to help them to restore lost hope that they had because they was going through it. It's a natural process. And you're going to be seated into this comfortably. The earth needs it. In order for the earth to stabilize and stop, detonating, everybody has to be grounded. The places with the most disruptive energy is going to have the most chaos happening to the land. And some of y'all energy is very, very big. Can hold the whole state. I'm going to just say state for now because I can't say eastern or western seaboard. A lot of y'all can hold the whole state. Okay? Let me see. It's saying it's something about leaving the community. so something about the, wait a minute. Okay, it's giving me a message about somebody that had the wrong perception. Somebody tried to snake somebody. Oh boy, hold on, y'all, because I'm getting a message. So, 1 second. Somebody, somebody that was trying to snake, for most of y'all, okay? Somebody that was trying to snake, you thought they was coming up on some type of opportunity. So it's like as soon as you left the community is when people true colors show. It's not something that you can see if you're around them. So somebody thought they was slick. When you left, they thought they was doing something big. I have no idea. This person is getting return to senders for things that they did. It's backfiring for sure. Backfiring meaning it's in. Whatever this is, Scorpio and Sagittarius season will be significant. This is closing out all of this stuff. Halloween will be significant. Y'all know my message is in a loop. So for the ones that's been watching me for a long time, uh any magic done is gonna turn right on a person. Because they clearing out these bloodlines. It's gonna be finished by the time we get to Christmas for sure. Yeah. Whoever this person was, they are they recalling their energy. They pulling back their energy. I ain't gonna say they trying to reverse nothing, but boy, it's showing me a snake, and the snake is recalling, backing up. They're not even trying to strike. Okay. And let me read this to y'all. So it says conscious channeling. Now, what I did get off of this was somebody, I don't know, somebody kept tapping into somebody. They could have been doing sex magic. So there's a female sibling for some of y'all. They basically are using masturbation to tap in on you. I don't care what sex you are or what. This could be any family member. But for some of y'all, female siblings using sex magic. Some sleep with partners. You got cousins. It's a lot of people here, okay, in different scenarios is what I'm trying to say. But they can't do it anymore, okay? It's over and it's permanent. Keep trying to mirror energy. All right. It says, allow something to come to you, the flow of ideas and a renewed connection. This mandala acknowledges your desire to open the gateways to the divine. You to channel this, excuse me. This mandala acknowledges your desire to open the gateways to the divine. To channel is to have an absolute faith in oneself. Furthermore, channeling is a natural state of being. Yes, there are those that are more attuned to channeling. So I'm sorry, y'all, because I'm getting downloads. Like whoever this person was, I don't even know, because I don't know. So I'm gonna tell y'all the downloads, because when I say I don't know, I'm thinking about like how ridiculous things are, or that's not the right way to say it, but it's like how deep things go. It's just like it can't be as cutthroat and dry as we are. Like we walk around down here and we just, just we see some messed up things, but how deep it is this can't things got to be deeper. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so I explained it to somebody like this. Why would it be a reason to kidnap, rape, rob, drink blood, all of these things that we hear about? Like, what would be why would you need that? Because it goes way deeper beyond the flesh. You really have to see with your heart and your third eye. And I understand why people tamper with your connection to God, meaning your faith, the faith that you have in yourself. I understand why people try to wear people down spiritually over and over again. I understand how it's a benefit. I understand when they use that term destiny swapping, they basically putting you into confusion about your own self, so you won't leave, so you won't grow, so you won't give. It's like, wow, you can't be human is what I'm trying to say. You cannot be human. Like, where did you come from? A lot of these people come from past lives. They are reincarnations of the mother and father over again, ancestors over and over. I mean, what do you call it? A curse, a living curse that just jump into flesh after flesh after flesh. Anyway, um, yeah, this goes deep. It says, as everyone has their own unique way of communicating with the higher realms, it is important that we each remain open to how the messages will be received. Guidance may come through as a sense of knowing, feeling, hearing, and or seeing. Divine guidance is the gentle, loving voice of one's soul, nothing more. There truly is no one better attuned to receiving guidance for you than yourself. In the event that you are channeling for another, the most valuable guidance will come through when you become a bridge between your client and their higher self. So let me talk about that real quick, because people get tarot readings, okay? Um, you could not like somebody's voice. You could not like their messages because they're confusing. And everything will be led by you. I explained this to somebody while we were driving, and they were saying, well, is this an intrusive thought? Why am I thinking about that? I said, your soul will tell you. It's going to put you at, make it real simple. It's going to be red light, yellow light, or green light. You're going to know for sure red light, I don't want to deal with it for whatever reason. Yellow light is, I'm still in confusion. So that means sit there and pause until you get to a full green light. This is what I want to do. I'm doing it. And your soul will propel you forward the next way. The next steps. It's almost like overriding the soul. When your soul gets overridden, they're going to get you what you need before you know that you need it. And then it's going to be like, oh, I get it. So there's no overload of information. When it needs to pop up or when it's available, it will come to you. So there are things that try to influence you, but if it's something that's trying to influence you in a way, it's going to annoy you. I hope that makes sense to some people. So, um, a person may come to me and say, uh, my family this, and I love them, and or now I'm gonna make it simple. Let's do the love reads. The love reads. I met this person and he's really nice. I met this girl and she's really nice. Okay, but here it's saying that this person is not good for you. You will have to do way more work to be with this person, and then the ways that they treat you might not be beneficial. It'll actually set you back. So a lot of people get upset with that because it's like, but it don't match what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing right now. Okay, with stuff that you still need to work on, that's going to annoy and piss people off. But I'm not getting punished because I'm telling you the wrong thing. I'm telling you something that you need. It's not law. You can do whatever you want because ultimately, I don't have it's not something that's going to affect. I just know I'm not getting in trouble for nobody. I'm not going to get in trouble because you want to hear what you want to hear. No, absolutely not. Not the way that I get spiritually attacked and bopped upside the head. No, you're going to hear what you going to hear what you need to hear. So, you can find guidance does not always come. I've had people come to me in the physical world and give me more guidance than a tarot reader, or it's usually people in the 3D realm, and they give me inspiration to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing. Not necessarily reading tarot cards, but it's like somebody paying for all my groceries, um, somebody giving me something free, uh, furnishing my home when I need stuff. Like, that's how I get things. So it's like that right there is God talking to me. So it's going to come in multiple forms. That's the whole reason you go through this. Okay. So you can open up this conscious channeling. But right here is saying that you won't have this interference from whatever these influences are. Because I'm picking up on siblings and family members. But for some of y'all, it's people in y'all workspace, in y'all communities that's uh they keep trying to change you to make you something. They want you to go back to the past, revert back to the past, and whatever this trash is inside of the bloodline. Just keep on doing that in a loop. Some drugs, alcohol, like even if they're not around you, the influence is there. Okay, it says channeling is not about initiating a connection with spirit, as that would suggest separation, and you are always connected. A true channel is one that allows themselves to be a conduit to higher guidance. Remain open to receiving and trust that guidance can be delivered in countless ways. I just said that. Sometimes I'll be reading and I probably should just read to y'all, but I can't help it because when I start channeling, I start doing that because start getting pummeled with downloads. And this is a process that I'm learning. I had to learn all of this stuff. And I'm like, if I gotta suffer, I don't want nobody to suffer. If I'm going through something, I'm not gonna call you and tell you I'm having a bad day. For what? What am I gonna tell you I have a bad day? Even if you ask me, how's that gonna help you? Oh, nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Hey. Like some things are just unnecessary, I believe. If I just, yeah. Anyway, so I cannot see because the sun is so this mandala is gonna help y'all. I'm trying to shift it so I can see. For y'all can breathe this in, and I'm gonna walk y'all through the energy. But this mandala, there we go. Okay, so y'all can breathe this mandala in, and it will help you to repair your base chakra. And I'll walk y'all through the energy. So for those of y'all that want help with this, if you're in survival mode and you're trying to balance it, you can breathe it in. Your bottom, your base chakra, where your sexual organs, your root chakra will warm up. I can tell you that, okay? Okay. Breathe through your nose and out through your mouth 3 times. This is for those who want it. Okay, so for this, actually, it's coming through the top of the head. It's going down the left side. The left side is the logical side. That is not governed by creativity. The logical side is more the thinking side. So that left side is not balanced because we're supposed to be feeling. So whatever it is, it's recalibrating that. Now it's inside the base chakra. Y'all gonna feel that the base chakra where your sexual organs are, your bottom, your buns, it's gonna get hot. Okay, you're gonna start to feel it move into your feet. That's grounding you, okay? It's ultimately taking you out of survival mode. Logical, being in that logical or left-sided brain, you can look up the left-sided brain. That's what's keeping you in survival mode. Some of y'all gonna feel energy cascading down that third eye, and it's gonna fall right into the stomach, and it's spinning. It's spinning for y'all this way, and it's unlocking. So the same time it's spinning, it's opening up wider. Okay, so at this point, if you did the exercise, you should start to feel a peace kind of wash over you and a calmness. Some of y'all still have tension in y'all shoulders. You just need to shake your shoulders real loose and let it go. That's just some trapped fear. And if you shook your shoulders and you let it loose, you're going to feel a relaxation, a deep relaxation. It's going to start cascading down your thighs, the front of your thighs. Some of y'all still won't feel stuff in your stomach. More specifically, it is the spleen and the liver. So we got some trapped emotions in there that deal with frustration, resentment, anger, the fact that people did make you feel, the fact that you wasted sex. A lot of y'all feel like y'all wasted sex on people. Okay. And that's understandable. But it's cleaning that out because it affects your future visions. Like I said, the future visions, going into the unknown with a positive mindset. So I'm gonna get the other card, but this is going to continue to go until it's flushed completely out of your system. Okay. All right, now let's do this one. I just got a confirmation that somebody was definitely using spiritual manipulation to mirror y'all energy, but they're being sacrificed at this time in whatever way. It's telling me that their reality is being sacrificed because it's a lie. They stole it. They got it off of you, so it has to crumble because it's not true. So now let's breathe off of this one. I'm going to walk y'all through it again. Those that want it, breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, you're going to feel cool air, really, really cool air when you breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. You're going to feel that same cool air kind of flooding through the top of your skull. This is clearing you out energy. You're going to feel that same cool air riding down your thighs, all the way down your shins, the front of your legs, into your feet. Okay, some of y'all gonna feel flush in the face. That right there is clearing off of whatever that external influence, whoever was affecting your channeling, your stream of consciousness to be clear, so you can be connected to your higher self, God, ancestors that would help you, any type of spiritual guidance. That person is mad, but that's being cleared off. So if you're feeling flush in the face, you clearing off their anger, like their, because something is over. It's over permanently. But it was so faint. Don't worry about it. Now some of y'all gonna be feeling it in the stomach area. It's gonna feel like waves. So it's in your stomach, but it's waves rippling up towards the top of your stomach. That's clearing out energy. So it feels like a rolling upwards in your stomach. It's clearing out your solar plexus. It's grounding you into your new reality. And you still gonna feel that cold air. So some of y'all might get really chilly. You can get a blanket or go warm up however you need to. But this is really cold energy. For some of y'all do channel the dead, and they're, it's passed over family members that's with y'all. That cold energy you feeling is them around you. That's why it's so cold. Okay. So if it's bad, it's gonna leave. But I just associate this with crossover. I don't feel nothing bad from the dead, y'all. Most of the time, I feel bad things like parasites, entity attachments, and stuff like that. None of y'all had to worry about that. But the dead don't bother me. It's when people put entity attachments on me. So that cold air, that's good. This is going to continue going to clear you off, okay? But it's going to open up your consciousness and make you a clear channel, okay? So you can be prepared and ready for your new start. All right, and that was it. I'm going to do a practitioner edition next with different cards. All right, thank you. For those of y'all, if this did help y'all and y'all like these exercises, there are shorts in my videos. You would have to just type in, I think it's called, just type in healing in my shorts, in my search for my videos, and it has it for every sign. And it'll also have a description of what you're going through, and the mandala, the same exercise you're doing here, will help you based on whatever's in that video, okay? Just look at healing shorts, and it'll be there for you. All right, thank you.